In this video, I'm going to share with you the exact strategy that has got me and my family over $38,000 worth of free travel in the form of business class flights, 5-star hotels, luxury resorts, and free food and drink over the past few years. And by the end of this video, you will be armed with the tools to do what I do and enjoy the high life for free or next to nothing. And if you like the sound of that, do consider subscribing for more videos like this. Oh, and this video is brought to you by Dave, but more on that later. So I'm Ben Hedges, aka the Credit Shifu, and what we are talking about here is travel hacking, the practice of using credit cards to accumulate points to use for free travel. Using this method, you could either get a large amount of economy class flights and lower level hotel stays for free, or a smaller amount of business class and first class flights and 5-star hotel stays for free or heavily discounted. And that's because those higher level redemptions require more points. So how do we build up points? Well, the first 3 topics we're going to discuss in this video are about how to build up points, and then the next 3 are for some additional value. So here's what we're going to talk about: spending on credit cards, welcome bonuses, paying taxes with credit cards, hotel free nights, 2-player mode, credit and statuses. And then at the end, I'll show you a load of the free travel that I've got with points, and also how many points I currently have in my accounts. So let's go. Spending on credit cards. Now, I'm not a cashback guy. I'm a points guy. I'm not the points guy, but I'm a points guy, all right? I collect points and only points. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact set of credit cards that I use to earn the most points I can in all my different spending categories. First, for dining and grocery, I use the Amex Gold card, which gives me 4 points per dollar back on both of those categories. Last year, on dining, I spent $7,626, and on grocery, I spent $8,685. So for those 2 categories together, which is what I mostly use the card for, I earned 65,244 points. That is enough for a United Polaris business class flight from the US East Coast to Europe. Polaris is their premier business class product. Alright, now here are some of the other credit cards I use for different categories. For gas, I always use the Wyndham Rewards Earner Business Card, which gets me 8 Wyndham points per dollar back. And I only buy gas from Exxon or Mobil gas stations using the Walmart Plus app, since it gives me 10 cents off per gallon. I get my Walmart Plus subscription for free from my Amex Platinum card, which I also use when I'm paying for flights, since it earns 5 points back per dollar on flights booked directly with airlines. Only time I don't use the Platinum is when I'm flying British Airways, in which case I use the British Airways Visa Signature card from Chase. Then I also have 2 Freedom cards that I use for rotating quarterly categories. The limit on these cards for the 5 points per dollar is $1,500 per quarter, but I have 2 of them, so that's a limit of $3,000 per quarter, or 15,000 Chase points that I can earn every quarter in this way. For hotels, I have the Hilton Honors Surpass card, which earns me Hilton points when I stay at Hilton, and the Marriott Bonvoy by Amex, which gives me extra Marriott points when I stay at Marriott. Now let's look at business spending. I have the Chase Ink Preferred for its 3 points per dollar on shipping, and the Ink Unlimited for its 1.5 points per dollar on everything. I also have the Business Platinum that I use for non-category purchases over $5,000, since it earns 1.5 Amex points per dollar on purchases over that amount. So that is basically my system of earning points through spending. But sometimes your personal spending may not be enough to build up a large number of points quickly, and you may need a little bit of a helping hand in the form of welcome bonuses. But before we get into talking about welcome bonuses, if you're living paycheck to paycheck and you have a sudden unexpected expense come up, while you may have a load of credit cards that you're using to collect points and miles, I never recommend going into debt for some unexpected expense on credit cards, okay? They charge like 20% interest. Instead, let me introduce Dave, which is a banking app that could help you get up to $500 instantly with their extra cash account. And that is with no interest, no late fees, and no credit check. Basically, they're advancing you your own money from the future. Now, I know I've been in a situation where my battery and my spark plugs on my car all died at once and they had to be replaced quickly, and I had to come up with the money. Dave can get you out of those situations with a little help from future you. They also provide banking services where you can get paid up to 2 days early, and they give you access to 37,000 no-fee ATMs nationwide. So download Dave today at dave.com/Ben. That's dave.com/Ben. Sign up for an extra cash account and get up to $500 instantly. For terms and conditions, go to dave.com/legal. Instant transfer fees apply. Banking services provided by Evolve, member FDIC. So, welcome bonuses. This is where a credit card will give you a certain number of points for spending a set amount of money in a specific period of time. For example, 50,000 points for spending $4,000 that you were going to spend anyway in the first 3 months. The most recent welcome bonuses I have got were 45,000 Wyndham points on the Wyndham Rewards Earner Card, 75,000 British Airways miles on the Chase British Airways Visa Signature Card last year, and 150,000 points on the Amex Business Platinum and 90,000 Chase points on the Chase Ink Unlimited this year. Mrs. Credit Shifu was also able to get the 100,000 point bonus on the Chase Sapphire Preferred last year. Well, actually, I think it was the year before, and she still has a lot of those points stashed in her account. Now, some of these welcome bonuses have very high spending requirements, especially the business ones. On the Amex Business Platinum, I had to spend $15,000 in 3 months to get that $150,000 bonus. Now, if you have high business spending, you may be able to meet that spend requirement, but for me, my business spending wasn't that high, so I did it in a different way. Paying taxes with a credit card. That's right. This is America. Of course you can use a credit card to pay your taxes. I paid a $21,000 federal tax bill on my Business Platinum, which triggered the 150,000 points welcome bonus. In addition, because the Business Platinum offers 1.5 points per dollar on transactions over $5,000, well, this transaction was over $5,000, so the points that you would earn on the transaction increased to 1.5 points per dollar. So I earned 30,000 points or thereabout on the transaction in addition to the bonus. So I ended up with over 180,000 Amex points in my account. Then I paid my state taxes, which were around $10,000 on the Chase Ink Unlimited, and that triggered the 90,000 points welcome bonus. And that card, it actually also earns 1.5 points per dollar on everything. So that was an extra 15,000 points from my $10,000 in spending. So I ended up with about 105,000 Chase points in my account too. And the cool thing is, Amex and Chase are now both promoting paying taxes with a credit card. Chase, they've set up a special website on paying taxes with a credit card, and Amex is sending emails out to cardholders informing them that they can do this, like this one that one Reddit user received, which shows that both of these card issuers are serious about keeping tax payments in the so-called eligible purchases that trigger bonuses and point earning. Now, tax payments through the IRS's official providers cost just under 2%, okay? There is a fee. So it's not going to be worth it if you're just getting 1 point per dollar. You may only just break even or actually be at a slight loss. That's why I use my tax payments to trigger welcome bonuses. But even if you're not getting a welcome bonus, let's say you don't have a new credit card that has a bonus, some of your existing credit cards may actually have bonuses that you can get each year for certain levels of spending, such as hotel free nights. A few years back, I actually paid my taxes 2 years in a row using the Hilton Honors Surpass card. Now, the Hilton Honors points that I earned offset the 2% fee, but this card has another trick up its sleeve, because if you spend over $15,000 on the card in any given year, they will give you a Hilton free night. Now, Hilton free nights are the best type of free nights out there because you can use them at almost any Hilton hotel, even the really high-level ones. Now, during the pandemic, they extended the free night certificates beyond the usual 1-year validity, so I was able to accumulate 2 in my account from 2 years of tax payments, and when travel opened up, I used them for 2 nights at the Oceana Santa Monica. It's a $650 per night boutique hotel right by the beach, so the value of that together was $1,300. I've also redeemed a load of other free nights from IHG and Marriott at more mid-range hotels over the years, costing around $200 a night, and I'm going to add those into my calculation at the end of this video too. And some of those redemptions have been done together with my wife, Mrs. Credit Shifu, and that is our next section. 2-player mode. This is where you play the credit card game with a partner. usually your spouse. In the case of hotel free nights, let's say you both have a free night, one each, you can combine them, booking 2 nights in a row, and when you check in, you can explain that you have 2 separate bookings, and they'll usually let you keep the same room. We also use the IHG free nights from Mrs. Credit Shifu's IHG credit card for 2 nights at the Venetian, which is one of my favorite Las Vegas hotels, costing at least $200 per night on the cheapest nights. Then in 2-player mode, you can also pool points. For example, Hilton allows family points pooling, so does British Airways. With Chase, you can transfer points from one Chase card to the Chase card of your close family member. With American Express, you can also transfer points from your account to the loyalty program accounts of your authorized users, okay, your airlines and hotels. So if you add your player 2 as an authorized user, you will then be able to pool points in their account, or they can send them to you, etc. And this will make some high value redemptions easier to book, since it's faster to build up the points needed if you've got 2 people earning those points from their spending and their welcome bonuses and then pooling them together. But in addition to pooling your points together, there are some other credit card benefits that work really well in 2-player mode, or if you're traveling on your own. Credits and statuses. The best example of a really useful credit would be the $200 Fine Hotels and Resorts Collection credit on the American Express Platinum card. Both me and Mrs. Credit Shifu have that card, and last year we booked 2 nights at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. That was 1 night each, and we each got refunded the $200 credit, so that was $400 back. Then the Fine Hotels and Resorts Collection also gives you extra benefits, like you get a $100 food and beverage credit per stay. This one's per stay, so even though we had 2 separate bookings, because we told them this when we checked in because we wanted to keep the same room, we didn't get it twice. We just got it once for, the whole stay. You could be sneaky about it and change rooms, check out and then recheck in, but we couldn't be bothered to do that just for $100. You also get free breakfast for 2 each day, which was $44.99 per person per day. So that ended up being about $180 for the stay. At the Conrad at Resorts World in Las Vegas, we see the benefits of both status and credit. Since I have Hilton Gold status from my Hilton Honor Surpass card, we got an upgrade to a Strip View King Suite, which costs around $800 per night, and I'd only paid about $400 a night for the room I booked. So since we stayed 3 nights, that gave us about an extra $1,200 in extra value. Then we also got a $22 food credit for 2 people per room each day, so that was $132 for 3 days. So there are a few examples about how hotel status from credit cards and also all the credits from the Amex Fine Hotels and Resorts Collection can get you a ton of extra value. All right, let's now go through a load of the redemptions that I've done for free travel. When I made this video a few years ago, I was at $23,000 worth of free travel, but I'm now adding in all of the points redemptions I've done since then, and that takes us up to about $38,000 worth. So in addition to the hotel redemptions I talked about, I also stayed at the Conrad in DC, where I used points to book 1 room. I also booked another room through the Fine Hotels and Resorts Collection and got all the credits and stuff, so I'm adding in the value for that. Then over the winter, I used points to book Courtyard by Marriott at Lake George and Hampton Inn in Bennington, Vermont a few times. That was for ski trips over the winter, a lot of fun. I exchanged 60,000 Chase points for $759 off a flight to Las Vegas for me and the family. I exchanged 300,000 British Airways Avios for $6,000 off 4 business class tickets for me and the family to go to the UK at Christmas. And I just exchanged 60,000 Chase points for United Polaris business class from London to New York, a flight that I will be taking in June. In addition to those redemptions, lastly, I'm going to show you how many points I have in my account from using this strategy. In my Wyndham account, I have 50,000 points. In my Chase account, I have 58,000 points. In my Amex account, I have 161,000 points. And over in me and my wife's pooled British Airways account, we have 81,000 points. And my wife tells me apparently she has 80,000 Chase points in her account too, but I won't include them in this calculation. So when I add together all of my main accounts, it's 350,000 points. And at a sort of conservative valuation of 2 cents per point, that would be about $7,000 worth of value. That's in addition to the $38,000 worth of travel that I have talked about in this video. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed this, and most importantly, I hope it has inspired you to try doing some of this for yourself. A big thank you to Dave for sponsoring this video. Sign up for an extra cash account with my link below and get up to $500 instantly. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll put on screen in a moment videos of some of the redemptions I talked about. British Airways Business Class, the Conrad Strip View King Suite, and also the Bellagio. Put them on screen for you to check out. Please subscribe if you're new, and see you next time. Bye-bye.